What is up, y'all? We're back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about the new coming Welcome to Derry TV series. We just got some details, and it seems like it's some plot details, but before we get into it, definitely smash the like button because it definitely helps, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. So this news comes from Bloody Disgust. I mean, it's pretty much everywhere, but yeah, he's kind of talking about the prequel side of things with Welcome to Derry. Now, this is one of my most anticipated things to see this year. If you guys know, I am a diehard It fan. I'm talking back from Tim Curry. I really do love Bill Skarsgård. I know it's an argument out there who's the better Pennywise. I think they both have great things about them, and I cannot wait to see how deep they can dive into this TV series, because I feel like, you know, Welcome to Derry is a perfect TV series. Now, we got news about a Friday the 13th TV series, a Conjuring, which I'm looking forward to that, and the Halloween TV series, which, I mean, you gotta love Halloween. I just feel like out of all the TV series, Welcome to Derry fits the most. It has like that Stranger Things feel with the villain that morphs into spiders and these creatures, and like, you know, like the bad kids from the Losers Club that's cursing in the old neighborhood. It just seems, you know, like a TV show friendly. I think that it's going to be great. It's coming from Max, and like I said, we got Muschietti on board. You guys know how he is with Pennywise and everything. We got Bill Skarsgård returning, and I cannot wait. And I also am one of those fans that read the book back in the day, so I know about the differences between the book and the movie. So to get into this, we find out that Muschietti reveals in a new chat with Radio 2 or TU this week that the current hope is for Welcome to Derry to span 3 seasons. Of course, that all depends on how successful the first season is when it debuts later this year. But it sounds like the team has already mapped out the skeleton of 3 seasons, a 3-season tale. Welcome to Derry will kick off its story in 1962, in the time leading up to the events of It Chapter 1. From there, Muschietti teases in his chat with Radio 2 the planned second and third seasons will jump back in time and take place in their own distinct decades. Muschietti, who of course directed both It and It Chapter 2, it's a story that's based on the interludes of the book. The interludes are basically chapters that reflect Mike Hanlon's research. They're fragments of his research for 27 years. It's the guy trying to figure out what it is, what did it, who did it, who saw it, and all that stuff. So they talk about the catastrophic events from the past, like the fire in the Black Spot, the massacre of the Bradley gang, a gang of bank robbers in the 30s, and the explosion of the Kitchener Ironworks. The filmmaker continues, every time Pennywise comes out of hibernation, there's a catastrophic event that happens at the beginning of that cycle. Muschietti further teases there's a reason why the story is told backwards. So the first season is 1962, the second season is 1935, and the third season is 1908. He also notes that Warner Bros. Is happy with how the first season of Welcome to Derry turned out, and they're very interested in making a second season soon as possible. So to get into this, it seems like he said, they're filmed backwards, being that we're going to be seeing things start, like he said, from 1962, kind of where basically it ends into that same point with 2017, the remake, which I love because we got Bill Skarsgård back. So maybe we can see some type of transition with, you know, those events and everything. But he said that this is going to surround Mike Hanlon. Now, if you guys know who Mike Hanlon is, it's the guy that had the little totem or whatever with the Chud ritual, and he's trying to tell everyone, like, you know, Billy, like, I know who he is, where he comes from, his origins, and the prequel of Pennywise. He has this obsession because when it started when they were kids and everything, and they didn't know what they were dealing with. They just knew it was a clown. They didn't know that this clown transitioned to spiders and it was like a different type of creature, until Mike Hanlon took it upon himself to do research about Derry and everything that happened. That's why he said he's going to be talking about everything that happened with the explosion with the ironworks and things like that. Because remember, in the movie, they talk about that, and every time something happens, Pennywise goes to hibernation, being that he's accountable for a lot of those events. So I think that, yeah, it's going to be one of those things where if you read the book, they're going to really stretch out those details that occurred in the book. Now, I'm not going to say they're going to go this deep, because if you guys know, you really follow everything with it and Stephen King, you remember the Losers Club and Beverly, they got down in their sewer. If you guys know what I mean, you got to read the book. In the book, they did some crazy stuff as kids with Beverly, and it was like an initiation for her to be in Losers Club. I know it sounds crazy, but if you read the book, then you know. And then in the movie, they kind of made it seem like the ritual didn't work, like it was all for nothing, because they was planning for this ritual and everything, and it didn't work. But in the book, the ritual actually worked, and crazy shit started occurring, and things started happening with everything with this ritual. Also, what happened was like the difference between the book. We know we got the turtle and everything, but this will blow some of you guys away if you didn't know. Like, did you all know that in the book, yeah, like Pennywise has the voice of a male. He has the stature of a male. You'll think that he's a male, but in a book that he is a female. Like, Pennywise is a female. So he's talking about his interlude with the book and everything. So I want to know, like, how is he? I know that he's probably not going to do that, like make Pennywise a girl in the TV series, probably like a hat tip or something, because Bill Skarsgård is playing Pennywise. But it's a lot of depth to the book, guys. Like, Stephen King went deep. This is one of his best books, and like I said, he says he's going to interlude with the book. A lot of crazy things happen in the book. They're going all the way back to 1908. We did see, I want to say it was in chapter 2, where we saw the true form of Bill Skarsgård. I want to say like before the entity or whatever latched onto him, where he's like scratching the paint off his face. So I wonder if they're going to go that deep, where we almost didn't see the full presence of Bill Skarsgård and the clown stuff on his face. Because when we saw in chapter 2 with Mike Hanlon kind of discovering everything, it showed how far he went back on this little totem. It had like things that was kind of like carved in it, showing how far it went back with Pennywise. So that's just one of his, disguises, him being a clown, but his true form is all type of shit. Like, he can be a spider. He's like this big creature. And another thing, in the movie, they showed once he transitioned at the end that his face was still kind of attached to this creature, kind of letting us know, like, basically, like, this is still Pennywise. It's not a whole different creature. This is Pennywise. His face is attached to the spider. But in the book, from what Stephen King had, it wasn't like a clown with the legs of a spider. No, they made him whole transition into like this tarantula life-size spider. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't care to show that he was still the clown, like how in the movie they acknowledge his face, so like Pennywise the clown. But in the book, they wanted him more as a creature. So I wonder if it's going to be something like that, where they're going to branch off to that. Because I mean, you can tell, like, 3 seasons of a Pennywise story, but you're going to have to learn how to stretch it out with the things from the book, because it gets a little messy in the book with him morphing into different creatures. We also saying that with it chapter 2 at the end, once everything was over, the friends were still strong. They were still the Losers Club. They were still rocking out after everything that happened with Pennywise. But in the book, it seemed to be that they forgot about everything and they drifted apart. It was never something that they held on tight. It was like, it was pointless for them at this point. They just let it go in the book. And also with Georgie, how we see in It 2017, he gets his arm bit off. Actually, in the book, Pennywise swallows him whole ass, like gulps him. No diddy, like he really gulps him. So I'm not gonna lie, I want to see what the Muschiettes do with this and what they have planned with Welcome to Derry. This is one of my most anticipated this year, and we did see an interview with Bill Skarsgård talking about we're going to be getting a hardcore Pennywise. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I think he was kind of hardcore in chapter 2. I think in the first one he was a little bit, but he had a little bit different volumes to him. Now, if you're talking hardcore, when I hear hardcore, I'm thinking of that scene where he's in the fun house and he's busting his head up against the glass and he chomps at the kid. I think in that with the little girl under the bleachers. So hardcore, I think that's what he means by that. Like, Pennywise is not holding back. We're going to see a different Pennywise. He's going to be brutal. He's going to be more scarier. I think he's going to be like that myth of Derry. They're going to put him out there to be like that myth of Derry. And with a character like Pennywise, you definitely have to balance him correctly because, he has a big presence to him. So I think the Losers Club will definitely carry this out for what we've seen with the little teasers we've been getting, like with them riding the bikes. And it's going to be something where he just kind of, projects himself into situations. And I'm so happy they're kind of touching on all the situations that happen. Like every time Pennywise hibernates, like the ironworks exploding and things like that with the bank robbers and all that. I think that's going to be cool and stretch it out like with great episodes. So comment down below. Are you excited? We're getting a hardcore Pennywise and it's almost like a prequel. I mean, yeah, it's a prequel Welcome to Derry show and it's going to be leading up and it's going to be gave to us backwards. So we're going to be seeing basically his story told to us. The things we got teased with the movies, we're going to see that in full form with this TV show. So let me know down below how you feel about Welcome to Derry. Are you excited? unfortunately, this is the end of this crazy video. I want you all to hit me up on all my social medias at I Like Scary. Also, and check out my new horror movie slasher, Willie, guys. It's doing so well. Thank you so much for the ones who support it, man. It is crazy. I'm so happy you guys are enjoying that movie. But yeah, you all, I want you to watch some horror movies. Stay scary out there. I love you all. Peace.